Hello, YouTube land, and welcome to another edition of the Crypto Mamma Mia. Today, I have another special episode for you, ladies and gents. You know how I love talking to my YouTube friends or just people in general about crypto. So, I have a special guest, one that's already been on the show, but he's so much fun. I'd love to have him back on a regular basis. And he's back again today. It's Nobody Crypto. Hey, Nobody, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good myself. So, what's been happening in the crypto space for you since we've last talked? What are you into nowadays?
Well, core number compounding and some sketchy hypes. That's the gist of it. And oh yeah, and Tech, of course.
Oh yeah, Cubitech. In fact, I do have your link tree up here, so you can go ahead and take a look sees. So FX Ocean too, I see, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that your newest hype?
Yep, that is. And I also went into that Robotop thing too, but
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not leaving a link for that one because it's already like 17 days old. The
Oh yeah.
risk always goes up the longer you wait. So
Yeah, of course. And for those of you who are new, of course, we're not financial advisors. We're just vloggers. I mean, you should take everything we say as with a grain of salt. In fact, I've been getting a lot of comments lately, good, bad, and otherwise. So you don't have to follow us, right, KBC? We're just crazy YouTube vloggers showing you what we do with our crypto.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, everybody's responsible for their own decisions.
Yeah.
So just because you see somebody do something on YouTube doesn't mean that you should do the same thing. I mean, if anything, do your own research and make up your own decisions, make up your own mind, and be confident in whatever decisions you make.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. I mean, and there's something for everybody, right? If you're risk averse, you have stuff like core compounding, which you're in total control of that kind of stuff, right? You take the money when you want and you buy when you want. So, you don't have to do crazy sketchy hypes, or you don't have to do platforms, there's a lot of stuff that people out there, whether you're into platforms or not, can do it. Simple things like core compounding. What platforms or apps do you use for your core compounding?
I use crypto.com because they've got the crypto.com card, so it's easy to spend. I also use, let's see, I also use, hold on, Coinbase Pro,
Hmm.
and I use Cash App. Cash App has really high fees, to be honest.
Oh,
So if you're just starting out, if you're not using a large number, it's probably better just to skip Cash App. I mean, I use it just because it's got the card, so it's easy
hmm
to spend.
hmm so what would you say would be the best one as far as fees are concerned?
Um, I think it's going to be a toss up between crypto or Coinbase Pro and crypto.com.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, Coinbase Pro. Okay, if you have a Coinbase account, you have a Coinbase Pro account for free. So if you're new to crypto and you have that Coinbase account, just get that Pro one too because the fees are so much cheaper.
Oh, okay. So it's sounding like Coinbase Pro is best for things like core compounding and stuff like that. How has it been going? I just saw your latest video on the 19th. How's these price pumps? Have they been good to you?
Yeah, they've been really good. Um, yeah, so like today, I scraped off. I think it was like right about 800 or 900 off of my Coinbase Pro, and then on my crypto.com, I scraped another 1900. So yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
not a bad way to start the day.
No, I would say that's a great way to start the day. And okay, so if you're new to my channel or to YouTube or to crypto, which channel would you say would be the best for like the absolute newbie? So you have these three channels here that I know you do have your Coco Scope as well, but for those of uh for those of you who are like just watching YouTube, which one would you say would be the best one to watch? So we have your Nobody Crypto channel, and then we have your Bitcoin wallet with Nobody Crypto channel, and then your Nobody Community channel. So which one would you say for all those new people out there who, maybe they just heard about Bitcoin because they saw that the price was pumping and now they're like wanting to learn or get as much info as they can about like even just
Uh,
Bitcoin? Which channel would you recommend out of all your three YouTube channels?
the Bitcoin wallet with Nobody Crypto, that's geared towards lower risk and new uh, the newbie, the new person to crypto.
This one right
Um,
here, this Bitcoin wallet channel. That'd be the
yes,
best one. Okay.
yes.
Yeah. And what would you
Uh,
say to all those new people out there like getting into crypto? What do you like suggest or recommend? Or, of course, not financial advice, but what's the lesson learned here?
um, don't panic, because crypto goes up and down. So that's to be expected. It's a volatile asset. And the reason why it has so much appeal is because of the volatility. So it'll have massive pumps and it'll have massive dumps. If
Yeah.
you see it start to go down, don't panic and think the sky is falling.
And just,
just,
and just,
just
okay.
watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It is a
I'm,
volatile asset. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's going up, it's going down, it's going back up. So it's a wild ride. And if you get stuck watching the charts or the price of it, like, for if you're just glued to it, take a step back. Take a step back. You've obviously put way too much into it. This is supposed to be like a fun experience. It's supposed to be something that hopefully can become like a passive income or replace your job or something like that, right? It's not supposed to be a stressful endeavor. So don't overinvest and don't panic. Those are the two
ah,
takeaways.
okay, very good. And of course, not financial advice, but those are very good lessons, definitely, because I've seen price pump and dump like in the thousands in like 24 hours. So for those of you who don't have the stomach for that, you probably shouldn't even be involved in the first place. But, I mean, take it from someone who, how long have you been into crypto now, KBC?
I started, let's see, I started buying crypto uh, early 2018 when everything was dropping from all time highs. I was the person
Oh,
buying it. So I spent, well, let's see, 2, 3 years watching the price of my crypto just go down. And
oh.
yeah, so I know the feeling of it, of seeing your dollar value go down.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's I'm used to it now, right? And now that we're back into a bull run,
Yeah.
this is insane to watch. Like, you know, we're like, oh, Bitcoin price is down. It was like 37,000 this morning. Now it's like 36.5 or something. So, but it's $36,000.
I know, to
you
even
know,
say that is like almost ridiculous, really. And so, and
yeah,
that's the danger, I think, with crypto now. Like all these new people are like hearing about it maybe for the first time, and then they find stuff on YouTube, like, things that they might not completely understand, right? Like all these hypes and things like that. So, I mean, that's why I put up my channel. I don't know why you started your channel, but that's definitely why I started my channel. But yeah, a lot of these people panic, and then I understand why you take your links off like after so many days, because these people, they will be upset, and I mean, maybe rightfully so, but at the same time, you really need to do your own research, and you really need to not jump into things that you may not completely understand.
well, yeah, and start off slow, like with something that's super easy, like core number compounding.
Yeah.
Where with core number compounding, it kind of forces you to take profits, and that's another thing too.
Hmm.
Like, if you're not taking profits, then you're going to take a loss,
Yeah,
right? So
exactly. And you know what? Nobody cried forever for taking profit. So, it's better to take $10 than to lose 50, right? In my eyes
exactly.
anyways. So, and that's why, I mean, I'm glad like for people like you and like other YouTubers. I mean, but Crypto Muscle, he's out hyped you lately.
Yeah, he's been going into a lot of them. This year I'm being a little more picky. It's yeah, I'm changing my strategy a bit.
I see, I see. Yeah, and I mean, your strategy between, the platforms you pick and even core compounding, and the hypes that you picked. I mean, you picked some pretty good ones. I still can't believe that loan tech lasted as long as it did.
I know.
And
Oh man.
that was a crazy one, that bearded beauty man. I don't know. I thought he was really gonna go to the end of 2020, but he didn't quite make it. So, but
Yeah, I was hoping. I was
yeah.
hoping.
And so what is this new channel you have right here, this Nobody Community? I know you just started
It
that
is.
recently.
It's the best channel with no content on it. This is a channel that is specifically for my live streams, and I'm doing
Oh,
like
okay.
3 live streams a week now: Monday,
Oh,
Wednesday, and Fridays.
oh, okay.
And they're all going to be streamed on this specific channel. And after they get completed, they get deleted. So if you miss it, you miss it. That's why this channel has no content.
I see. Oh, okay. So this is where all the magic happens on live streams then on this channel.
Yes, yes. And
Ah,
we get a little crazy on the live streams. Well, you've been on them.
yeah, yeah. And they go for how long now? They go for like 7 hours a time, or is it just on Wednesdays?
Let's see. Mondays and Fridays, it starts at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's usually set to go just a couple hours. Last night we ended up going 4 hours. Um,
Wow.
so sometimes it goes longer. On Wednesdays, those are the really long streams. They start at 11 a.m. and at 7 p.m. and that's Pacific Standard Time, and those ones get pretty wild too. So
And
I mean,
these are all alcohol optional.
yeah, yeah, we have people stopping by, stop by, say hi, have a drink, have a smoke, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. And I know, like, you've even talked about some of the newer hypes, like during your live streams, right? Didn't you guys end up talking about FX Ocean during one of your live streams?
Yeah, we did like a early launch because it wasn't even supposed to come out till the next day, and
Oh,
yeah, it was interesting.
yeah. How are you liking that one, FX Ocean?
I like it. There's okay. I like the fact that it's BTC value,
Mm.
but unfortunately, like even the Litecoin and the Ethereum is put into BTC value, so
Oh,
that gets a little confusing there.
oh yeah, yeah.
Um, I th- I think let's see. Hold on. I don't know if you can hear my Telegram going off. I
Oh yeah.
shut Telegram
I heard
down,
it.
but
It's okay.
yeah. Hold on a second. Let's see. I guess I have to manually mute everything.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay. So all right. So now I totally lost my train of thought. What we're
Oh,
talking about?
no, FX
Oh,
Ocean.
FX Ocean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. BTC,
Yeah, yeah.
LTC, Ethereum.
Yeah, so they put it all into Bitcoin value, which gets a little confusing. The jackpot, I think, is pretty interesting. The whole fees being waived on the weekends, I thought was pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I mean, so far it's been going good. So we'll see how long it lasts.
Ah, okay. And how do you pick these hypes? Like, what, I know you're pretty picky nowadays, but like what is your biggest criteria, or is it, do you need to know the developer, or is it like something to do with the way they pay out, or what, I mean, what do you look for when you look for these hypes that you like?
Well, I prefer that I do have contact with the admin or the developer, and I like to know their previous projects, and their successes and their failures. If they've had like four previous projects that have failed epically, then I sure as hell am not going to put my money into into a fifth one.
Yeah.
If they've had some success or like a pretty good ratio of success, then yeah, I feel safer, depositing my money into something. Um, Another thing is, okay, what makes it stand out? What makes it special? Like with FX Ocean, it would be like the jackpot and the whole fee thing that they have,
Mm.
and the fact I do like how they have the BTC value, how it's the crypto value. I just wish it would have like the ETH value and the LTC value, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, yeah, so it's just like a combination of all this stuff, and then of course you just got to trust your gut.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. I mean, ultimately, you either feel good or you feel bad about it, but like it's totally up to you. I mean, we don't come and make anybody do anything. You can just watch. And what did you used to say? Or I forget if it was you or Crypto Muscle. You can join us or you can watch us make money, right? Is
Yeah.
that, yeah, or lose money. I mean, either way, like it's totally up to you. And we're just here trying to share info because we've I don't know about you, KBC, but like I've lived through a lot of different kinds of platforms and hypes, and I've learned a lot from being in it for the couple years that I've been in it now. So, and for especially for new people, there's a lot of things that new people just don't understand about hypes. Like I see one of your videos here is what to do when you get a saved withdrawal. A lot of new people out there, they're like thinking, oh, okay, it went through because it's saved, but that's not necessarily the case, right?
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, you know, and I've said this before on my channel too. Like, if you're brand new to crypto, um, the hype space, don't try to get rich quick on some, sketchy hype. Build yourself a base first, whether that's trading or like core number compounding or like some of these legacy platforms. Get yourself a nice base so you're getting that passive income, and then take some of those profits if you so choose to, and then start playing with the riskier stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely a good lesson that we have, oh, I've learned anyways, but from watching channels like yourself, yes, I've learned to definitely, things like even take profit, and compounding is the killer, like things like that. The number
Yes.
gets so big on the computer screen that you're like, oh, I can make it bigger before I pull it all out. But no, I've learned that lesson, and even just from watching you, that BEP, break even point, it's really important to get to, things like that. And again, for new people, if you don't know a lot of these terms, then you probably shouldn't even be playing with this kind of stuff if you don't know things like hypes and BEPs and things like that. You really should learn about that before, again, like you said, getting into the more riskier things. So KBC, if this is the first time that someone is finding your channel, what would you want them to know about you? Like personally, I know you don't have to share like, so like you don't have to share your home address or anything, but like what do you what do you want them to know about you, and why you have your channel and that kind of stuff?
Well, let's see. My channel basically just kind of documents my journey through crypto, and I know that sounds like something that every YouTuber says, but like if you've watched me from the beginning, like from where I started to where I am now,
Mhm.
you know, I'm not, I don't like bragging or anything, but it's definitely changed my life, for
Yeah.
the better.
Hmm.
You know, yeah, it's I used to have a regular job. It was a seasonal job, and I made about 10 grand a year where I live. The cost of living is like super super cheap,
Hmm.
so I could get by. I'd be fine. Now I can I've been making a little over 10 grand on a slow month.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so it's
so you're making about like your annual income is now like become your monthly income, basically.
yeah, and that's on a slow month, and it didn't happen overnight. All right,
Mhm.
I put in a lot of work, and now I'm reaping the rewards, and sitting through the whole bear market. It
Oh,
wasn't easy to get to the bull market, but now that we're here,
yeah.
everything's just it's crazy how fast the money accumulates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
E- Especially with price pumps, right? I mean, you're just letting it sit in your wallet, and one day you wake up and you have like an extra 1,000 or something.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
And we're not saying that, another bear market may or may not come. So it's just, just like you, I want to document my journey too, and just vlog about it, because I really want people to learn that, like you said, it doesn't happen overnight, but if you're smart and you either grind at it or you're very meticulous about it, especially when it comes to things like core compounding, even, you can actually make a pretty penny. But you just have to keep at it, and just don't get what is the word? Don't get discouraged, because a lot of times, like I don't know about you, KBC, but I still get comments even from my friends and family in real life about, oh, why are you playing with Bitcoin? Isn't that like dangerous? I don't know if you get those comments, or like I get people even on my channel say, "Oh, I don't know if you know what you're talking about." And who knows? I don't claim to be an expert, but I do know all the lessons I've learned, and I've been doing stuff with crypto now for, I wouldn't say a long time, but a good amount of time, enough to know where, okay, I know when something is going bad, or I know when something is going good, and knowing how to take profits. And I don't know if you still get those like comments in your
oh
everyday
yeah.
life. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I do. And like now that I don't know, crypto is becoming more mainstream because Bitcoin's so high now.
Hmm.
Like, okay, last year, my dad, I was telling him, hey, yeah, I'm doing some of this crypto stuff. You might want to check out some Bitcoin or something. And so I think he bought like $1,000 worth, and Bitcoin was like at 9,000, but it was just kind of going sideways, right? So
Yeah.
he's like, I'm not really making any money, so he sold it. And
Oh no, he did.
I talked to him last week. I was like, hey, Dad, do you still have that Bitcoin? He's like, oh no, I sold it like a couple weeks after I got it. I was like, oh, because Bitcoin's worth, well, it hit like what, 42,000,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
his
yeah.
jaw just dropped, and he's like, wow, I need to go look at that again. So,
Right. And what I don't understand is people are so patient with the stock market, and that takes way longer for you to like, realize some of the potential that, like, Bitcoin even has in just 1 year. But people are
well,
so, I don't, so impatient with Bitcoin for some reason.
I know. Well, the funny thing is, he sold the Bitcoin, and he was doing this all in Cash App. So he sold the
Oh,
Bitcoin
okay.
and bought stocks with it.
In cash.
So, yeah, so he's been doing the whole
Oh,
stock thing in Cash App, and yeah, just not even looking at the Bitcoin part. And I don't know. I feel like when people first get into Bitcoin,
hmm,
or any cryptocurrency, they want immediate gains. Like they think, okay,
yeah.
I just bought $5 worth of Bitcoin.
Hmm.
I'm gonna be a millionaire tomorrow, and that's not how it works. That's not how it
Yeah,
works.
it's
Or they
not.
think it's just gonna shoot straight up, and that's not how it works either.
Yeah.
It's a volatile asset. It goes up, it goes down. Sometimes it goes sideways.
Yeah,
So
exactly. And again, like, people are so patient with stocks. Like, I haven't seen any stock that has shot up as much as, correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen any stock that has gone up the way that Bitcoin has gone up. And yes, it's gone down like no others. I mean, I don't know about any other stock that probably crashed as hard as Bitcoin, but maybe tech bubble. But like, I mean, people are just, you're right, they're so impatient. They figure, okay, they'll buy like $1,000 today of Bitcoin, and by tomorrow it'll be worth 10,000 bucks or something like that. But it really does not work that way. And it's unfortunate for people
yeah,
to just, like your dad, right? Like, give it 2 weeks and be like, oh, okay, I give up on this already. So, but
yeah,
yeah, and that's why I appreciate, again, channels like yours, because you talk about like even just core compounding. You show like what you make just from, like you said, right? If you bought that Bitcoin at $9,000, however much you bought, you'd be sitting on a pretty good percentage gain today, even at like whatever it is, 36,000 or 35,000. So, oh my
yeah.
goodness. But it is what it is, and we'll just keep chugging along because I mean, look, it's worked out. I mean, it's worked out pretty well for me as well. I mean, I was into things that were not so good in the beginning of my crypto journey, but I've learned my lesson and I have, taken those lessons and applied it to new platforms that I get into. Or have you lost a big chunk? I don't know if I asked you this the last time, but have you lost big in crypto as well as gained big?
It seems like the more I've been making, the bigger the risks I've been taking, and obviously, like you're not going to win all the time, and I think so far my biggest loss in the day was I think it's either 8 or 11 grand. I was
Oh,
playing with some super risky DeFi stuff. I t-
DeFi.
yeah, so that if you are new to crypto, stay away from DeFi. If you don't know what the hell you're doing, you can get burned real fast.
Uh,
Um,
oh my
but
gosh.
it was interesting because like I was playing around with 3 grand. I turned
Mhm,
it into 16 grand, and
mhm.
then I immediately lost like 11 grand. So it was like,
Oh.
okay.
Oh my gosh.
And and this happened like in the course of 24 hours, and I'm like, okay, all I can do is
For
just like sit
hours.
back and
Oh my
laugh.
god.
Yeah, all I could do is just sit back and laugh. It's like
Oh man.
this is, I mean, it's all
Yeah, it's the
it's all
nature.
play money, I guess.
Yeah,
So
and it's the nature of crypto, right? It's so super volatile no matter what crypto you're into that yeah, you could totally gain a couple of thousand and lose a couple of thousand and like you said like in 24 hours or less. So that's the scary part again, like if you're new to crypto, if you're new to our channels, like he said, KBC said, make sure you check this channel out first before any of the other channels. And then I recommend his live stream only because, there's some golden nuggets that you can pull out of that either 7 hour period or 2 hour period or 4 hour period. Because you do have some regulars too, right? Some other YouTubers that come and join you on a regular basis.
oh yeah, we got regulars. Let's see, Big K usually jumps on there. Oracle usually jumps on there. Yeah, Tom the Hypester jumps on there sometimes. We got like Danny Cash. Well, Danny Cash isn't a YouTuber, but he's one of my very good friends. You know, my
Yeah,
my
yeah.
my Canadian homie.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing I think with crypto is it's for anybody can play with it, anybody can learn about it. It's not something where it's only reserved for like the one percenters. You know what I mean? Like I mean, even on something like Cash App, you can start off buying as little as what I think it was $1 the last time I checked. But I mean, I know the fees are high, but it's something that anybody can get into, no matter whether you're part of the one percenter or you're not, right?
Yeah, and they're making it easier day by day to get exposed to crypto and be able to purchase it and find out information about it. It's not like this deep dark secret anymore. It's
It's
I don't
accessible, right?
know.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
for the Silk Road anymore only, right? Yeah. I saw something the other day where you can actually start purchasing it soon from, or I don't know if it started already from PayPal.
Yeah, I know you can buy, you can purchase BTC and crypto with or in the PayPal app, but you can't send it anywhere. So
Oh,
I don't know if they've changed that yet or what their end goal is going to be, but yeah, they're they're up to something.
yeah, it's PayPal. If you can't beat them, join them, right? So,
Right.
well, KBC, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk with me. Is there anything else you want to say before you head out? Hopefully, we can do this on a regular basis. I like to check in with my YouTuber pals every so often, see what they're up to, see if they're up to anything new or found some golden nugget that they need to talk about. But is there anything else you wanted to add before we head out for today's episode?
Well, not off the top of my head. Oh, I started a Telegram chat. I don't know if you do Telegram, but I've got a, little group there too.
Yeah, I think I was part of
Yeah,
your old
so
Telegram, so I have to your old Telegram channel, so I have to look into your new one. I have to go and join that one.
okay, yeah, because it's we're pretty active in there, and I got a a small army of admins that keep an eye on stuff when I'm not around. So
Okay, awesome. But yeah, I'll stick KBC's or Nobody Crypto's channel links down below my video. So if you're not a subscriber to his channel already, why not? You should be. He's a pretty fun guy. He makes crypto fun. I think you make crypto fun, KBC. And I have to
well,
say
thank you.
your track record for picking hypes, you're pretty good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so if you have not already checked out any of his channels, I will have the links to all of them down below. And he does have his link trees, so you can check out what he's into, including do you still have your store? I see that you still have your Nobody Crypto merch link down there. Is that still active?
Yeah, well, there's every time I go to close it, there somebody buys something else from it, so I can't close it while I have orders open, or else
Oh,
they will never receive the product. So
okay.
as long as people keep buying stuff, it's gonna be open.
All right.
So as
Awesome.
soon as there's no interest, it'll be gone.
Okay. It'll exit scam, is what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I
All
guess we'd had it was supposed to exit scam on Christmas,
right.
but I guess we did like a reverse exit scam where we didn't exit. So
Oh, okay. All right. So well, sounds good. So yeah, if you guys want to check out his merch, he says as long as people are buying, it'll be there until it isn't. Just like everything else, right? It'll be
right.
there until it isn't. But yeah, if you have not already, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, and check out his channels. You can learn a lot from him, I think. So thanks again, KBC, for joining me, and I will jump in and probably see you at a one of your live streams because I do enjoy those as well. And thank you again. I will talk to you soon. And for everyone out there, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay sane. Most important of all, and we will see you at the next video. Adios.